Hello everyone, this video is about the Sorting Station Lab 5. If you watch this video from YouTube playlist, you may feel there's a gap because the Lab 2, Lab 3 and Lab 4 are missing from the playlist. The reason for that is because those two labs are related to another big topic about the step logic. So actually that's from another playlist. I will post the link on the YouTube below, right? So again, on this Sorting Station Lab 5, we're transitioning from the drill and clamp station into the sorting station. So basically, we want to use the logic we designed for the drill station. Then we can say adaptation. So we use that logic in the sorting station project, right? So, but when we are doing the adaptation, there are some changes we need to do before we can totally use the logic from the tooling. So the first one I want to talk about is about the cycle, right? So on the drill station, again, if you finish the lab 3 and lab 4, you understand the cycle concept, right? Basically, in the automation controls, we use cycle to represent a repeatable tooling sequence. Normally that will produce one part, right? So in this example for the drill station, so the once you start the production, the clamp will close first, then the drill come down to drill the hole on the part, then go back to the top for the drill, then after that the last step will be the clamp open, right? So but before that, the operator need first to load the part manually, right? After the tooling finish the sequence, then operator will pick the part away, right? So that's basically the whole process of the cycle, right? So we use a cycle to represent this. So even though the tooling process is a automatic sequence, right? But the beginning of the cycle, namely loading the part, and also the end of the cycle, pick the part, is done manually by the operator when we program the logic, right? So that has some consequences when we try to adopt the logic into the drill station, because like I just mentioned, for the drill station we still rely on the operator load the part and pick part at the beginning, at the end of the cycle. But if you look at the drill station, right, so we call drill stations because we divide that into 4 different sections, for 4 different stations. So this will be station number 1, right? So station number 1, basically the tooling is the 2 cylinder to block the part, right? So, and then over here you have 2 PartPresent sensors. So that is once the operator load the part, close the door, the part will slide down because of the gravity, right? So it's almost like it's like automatic load the part on the machine. So it doesn't need the operator to manually load the part, right? So that's on the station 1, and at the end of the sequence of station 1, you can see the part will slide down into this bowl on here, right? So, and there's a PartPresent not showing on the picture, but you can see there's a PartPresent check. There's a part in the bowl, so that will be the PartPresent for the station 2. So station 2 has a tooling of this arm and also the suction cup, right? So as you can see, this PartPresent is not done manually, it's automatically done by the station 1. So station 1 feed the part into station 2, right? So it's different from the drill station, it's not manually loaded, right? And then the part will be take from the bowl on here, right? Load on the lifter. So that means this is PartPresent start the sequence, and then part will be transferred into the lifter. Right. So if you look at the station 3, and same thing, we have two different toolings. The lifter go up and down, and then the ejector to push the part out. Right. So PartPresent will be here. We have 3 different sensors, right? So let's check the PartPresent, and it's automatically done by the station 2, automatically loaded. And then once lifter go up and push the part on the conveyor, and then the part is gone. It's gone, right? So the PartPresent disappeared, right? So you can see the main difference, or the point I'm trying to make, is that with the drill station, the cycle start and finished with the manual control, with the manual loading part and pick part on here. So that's why when we design the sequence, mostly related to the cycle, we need to consider this, right? So you can see this part on here on the section 2. Right? Again, this is from the lab 3 and lab 4. So when we try to control the cycle, and then we have 2 signal result, right? So this is just manually operator press button to register the cycle request, right? So once the operator want to cycle start, you can see here that carry on here. When station in auto and operator made a request, then we're just waiting for the PartPresent. It's done by the load, right? Load by manual by the operator on here. So regarding this part, there's no change for the drill station, right? So we for the sorting station, we still can use this logic, because once the part present at the sensor, that means the sequence start, right? So that's the trigger on there, and then after that, the tooling will start to move, right? So it will start with the home position, but once it start to run, the home position will not be true. Then that's why we need to use this to bypass. So and then you can see this is pretty much is a variation from the 3-wire control. So all this will be the starting condition, and then it's just waiting for the stop. It's like the stop button. Stop button is the automatic created by the logic called the CycleComplete. Right. So if CycleComplete become true, and this instruction will become false, and then that will cut off power to the cycle start, and then that means we finish one part, right? So when we look at here's the part we need, you need to pay attention on this part, right? So when we design the drill station, we say the drill finish cycle to do what it's supposed to do, and same thing for the clamp. And then we have the station home is just redundant, if you see here, right? So that's all a necessary condition. Then most important here, you can see we're waiting for the PartPresent to be off, right? So that's just because the unload, right? So when operator unload the part, the PartPresent will be off, right? The tag value will be 0. When it's 0, this one become true. Right, logic true. Then we energize the CycleComplete, because operator already unload the part, the sequence finished. So this in turn will cut off the cycle start, right? So that means it reset to the beginning, right? Ready for the next part, right? So this is a very good design with the drill station, right? But once we have we transfer this logic into drill station, here's the problem on here, because we don't have operator to unload the part, right? It's done automatically by the tooling sequence. We don't have a control on that, right? So for example, let's look at the picture on here. So if you look at the sorting station pictures on here, what I mean, the problem is that if you have lots part, more than one part load on here, right? So when the part feed one by one through station 1, your PartPresent is detected by these 2 sensors. if you have more than one part, then they are always on, right? The part present will never be off, right? Because there's no unload for that, right? Same thing for here. This sensor over here, that'll be the part present, the trigger start for the station 2, right? But once station 2 transfer to here, in the same time, station 1 may already feed the next part in there. So while the arm is doing the transition, the part slide down here, the part present is on again, right? So that will be the other challenge. And then same thing again, when the station 3 process the part, right? So there's part present raise up and shoot out, and then automatically that part disappeared, right, in front of the sensor. So all this is not controlled by the operator manually anymore. It's because the station work together in the sequence, right? So that part, so we need a resync, right? So even though it's a different setup, but if you think about again, the solution is fairly simple, because with the automatic load unload with the machine, we don't need to check part present off on here anymore. We just need to remove this condition, keep these 3 as the condition for the cycle complete. If you think about that, that makes sense, right? So for example, on station 3, right? So the clamp will be the lifter. So the lifter go up and down, finish the cycle. The drill will be the ejector. Ejector will be push out, extend, and retract. So once those two tooling finish their cycle, and the station go back to the home position, then we can safely say that the sequence is done, right? So we don't need to check the part present anymore, right? We checked this before. It's just because under the setting of the drill station, right? We don't have other choice to do that. So that's what I'm saying on this video over here. So once we go into the drill station on the sorting station, so there's always one task I need you to do is to remove the CycleComplete, the part present sensor for the CycleComplete, right? So I just want to you to fully understand the reason behind it, right?